Hello and welcome to Damn It They Can, a wrestling podcast. I'm Ellis here with Joe. John is stuck in work, so I've come back from my physical and mental health break, and now Johnny's taking it for his work. So.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I said we could just not do it, but John did all the news like he does, and I always forget to change my name as well, so I've just done that now. I'm going to make my fun little running joke is I'm just going to change it to fun wrestling made-up names that I've got a list of. Yeah, yeah, I got nothing. We're watching Irish Traitors.
I've not watched this week's too, so I'm up to date before that.
We're up to where Paudy's just eliminated his own son, either through incompetence or through malice. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's where we last up to. He chose him because I went, he's going to choose Paudy, and Bailey's like, that's stupid. I went, I know it's stupid, but Paudy's going to choose his son because he tried to recruit him on the round before, and I was like, but he's just going to get killed because it's obvious.
Lo and behold, yeah.
I mean, you can't see any way the traitors can win because he's just going to keep recruiting people.
Well, I was just thinking,
he's going to be chasing the tail.
Can he just keep recruiting people and throwing them under the bus? Is that allowed? Because they'd be like, we've caught 72 traitors this season. They
can't allow the game to go on with one traitor, can they?
So it's either join or die, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's I don't know. Paudy's doing my head in, man. He just seems like a very bitter old man.
Have you seen who he recruited after?
No, that's the last one we saw was his lad getting his boy getting the old heave ho.
We might be one ahead then because he's recruited somebody.
Oh well, yeah, he's gonna have to keep going until but yeah, it's fine. And we did start shrinking as well, and yeah, I'll probably end up watching it because it's quite fun. Seems to be.
Yeah, if you're only a few episodes in, you say that. Yeah, when you get to know them more, it'll be. I
can see the wheels in motion of it all. Yeah, and it's got it was just that bit where he was doing impressions of Harrison Ford, and I thought, yeah, all right, I'm on board for this. Yeah.
I'll be honest. I owe Harrison Ford many apologies. I did not realize the range of depth he could have as an actor until I watched this show, which you'll see later on in series. But I was like,
yeah,
I just thought you were like Han Solo and thingy, but yeah, he can. He's responsible for a lot of my tears.
he's got chops. He's just never really had a chance to use them because, yeah.
Apparently, he said that next series, when this show's finished, is his last thing
he's doing. I mean, he's had a good run.
And they brought Michael J. Fox out of acting.
I know, you've told me, and I can see where that's going because they've already sort of alluded to it. But yeah, I don't know whether I'm in the mood for that because we just finished that Can You Keep a Secret where Mark Heap's got Parkinson's as well, and I'm like, is that the new thing?
Is that the Don French?
It's pretty good. It's silly. It's a silly British comedy thing. We finished that Small Profits as well. That's very good.
What's that?
BBC iPlayer. It's that bloke, but like Michael Palin's in it and stuff. It's a really good little Mackenzie Crook. It's very Wurzel Gummidgey in that kind of low fantasy sort of thing. But yeah, that's that. And also the new Game of Thrones, which Harvey's stayed awake for.
No, it's only short episodes as well, aren't they? So
40 odd minutes. 40 odd minutes, I think. Okay. But with adverts and all that shit. But yeah. It's funny.
We're letting them build up and then we're going to binge it out.
There's only like 5 episodes total, I think, isn't there?
Yeah, they must be near the end now. Yeah, we're just letting them build up and watch it because we've got a lot of week-to-week stuff. Like Shrinking at the moment is week-to-week. And then so it was like, we'll let that build up and we'll do that. But glad you're watching that. I remember recommending Shrinking to Butcher and within about 5 days, he was like, I've just watched the whole 2 series.
Well, I said we're gonna.
And he was like, "Fucking hell!" He was in tears.
Gonna pace him out like one a night when we're having tea or whatever because we've run out of things to watch.
They're quite easy to pace in as well, then. Because
well, I thought like it's just
short and fun.
Yeah, but yeah, no wrestling coming up. I know there's Bolton Town wrestling because Nikki messaged me saying, "Are we going?" But it's the one that's at the last drop. And I don't like the last drop because I think, as I said, it's like watching wrestling at your aunt's third wedding. Like it's I don't know, but it's a good card. Nikki's there. She's doing stuff for Hot Tag Foundation, raise money for them. So I feel like obliged to go. So I'll see if our Darren fancies it because last drop's a ball ache to get to as well. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's not the easiest.
No, that's like when it's at the social club or it's at the Boys and Girls Club, Bolton. You can get a bus there, you can get a taxi there. Last drops, it's off the fucking motorway. It's like stupid.
It is.
But yeah, other than that, I got now. I'm not even playing anything good.
You know what?
Not even playing anything good at the moment. Finished Expedition 33 again.
I've got board games this weekend. Do we actually know what we were playing?
No, I'm going to take some stuff. See what's going on, innit? I got some stuff. I got some stuff I've not even opened.
No, we're good. It's nice to get to go around.
I know, but it's just going around his house, innit? Because it stinks. He didn't have an Hoover for like 2 years. He had to keep going around borrowing my Hoover. I'm like, just buy a Hoover.
Right, sorry, my brain hasn't. It's like the second blow my brain took. It's like yesterday, Bernie was like, well, how are you getting there and home? Because I'm used to just walking and drinking because it's at Chris's.
Oh, no.
I was like, I was travelling. So that's sorted because Chris is like, he's going to drive. He said he can pick you up as well.
Oh, that's sweet. I was just
but then in my head, I'm imagining his mum's house, but it's not his mum's house.
No, but it's his actual house. His mad little weird house with all those plugs that are really high up the wall for some sex reason, I assume.
The shelf he had Sam install that Sam was like, that's going to fall. And he was like, put it up.
And it did fall. Yeah. Bad workman always blames his tools. I don't know why. For some reason, I've got it in my head that there's no light in his toilet as well. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm bringing my nightlight anyway, just in case. I don't know. I've just got it in my head that his toilet light doesn't work, and he's too cheap to replace it. He doesn't listen to this, so it's fine. Call him all the bastards.
We'll fill you in next week, and all the games are gone.
If the toilet light works. Let's get on with this.
John.
Newton. So a bit of more fallout from the AEW Fuck Ice chants. That there was rumours that last Wednesday on Dynamite that Brody King was kept off due to the chants that had happened the week prior. Obviously, Warner Bros. Discovery denied that was the case. Fightful Sean Ross Sapp reached out to them for comment, and the Rets vehemently denied it. Their official statement said Warner Bros. Discovery did not have any involvement in Brody King's upcoming AEW schedule. Any speculation to the contrary is categorically false. Brody is scheduled to appear during the next AEW event, which airs this Saturday on TNT and HBO Max, which was the Grand Slam event in Australia. When Fightful reached out to sources in AEW, they said that the first they had heard of the situation is when the rumours emerged. Tony Khan confirmed to Fightful directly that Brody was not held off TV by Warner Bros. Discovery. And they spoke to sources who claimed he was always meant for a video package on the show. There was a number of people who tried to play semantics over Warner Bros. Discovery's wording that they didn't affect Brody King's upcoming schedule as a way to not deny Wednesday. It was very specifically clarified to us that they also meant Wednesday.
I mean, it doesn't have to be just Brody King. You can just shout it whenever, people. Like, just shout it at every match. They can't keep everyone off TV.
You can't. You see the thing I sent in the group, MJF doing his best Jim impression from The Office.
It was just a very...
It was wonderful. I'll be honest. I love that it happened. I love what Bryce Rensburg did. I don't pay any attention to that. I don't really pay any attention to the rumors because the rumors could come. Oh, he's not on TV. Let's make some shit up. But at the same time, the company ain't going to go, yeah, we kept him off because of that, are they? So
no,
I don't really pay attention to the rumors, but I also don't pay attention to this statement. I'm just like, what would be telling if it happened again and then they started muting it like WWE mute shit? And I'm like, That would be more telling to me.
Yeah,
The evidence is with my eyes than what I'm reading.
Yes, than what someone wants to do to sell papers. Yeah, it's just one of them. It's a bit of a thing. It was very corporately written. I think that was the problem with it. Which it's a corporation. They're going to write it in legalese. Some of these aren't even sentences. Is that supposed to be a dotted line? Anyway, Drilla Moloney is staying in New Japan. He announced that he's re-signed with New Japan on February the 11th. Sean Ross Sapp confirmed that Moloney politely declined interest from American companies in order to remain with New Japan. The deal was finalised in the last week or so, and we're told it is a very favourable deal for Moloney. Must have a lot of cash knocking about because they've got no one else to pay. It's expected that it is a one-year contract that will take him until the start of February 2027. Of course, it's a one-year deal. Why? Why plan ahead?
Why?
And in other New Japan news, David Finlay's contract has expired. Fightful have learned that Finlay's contract is over. New Japan is actively, though, trying to re-sign him. While it's widely speculated that Clark Connors is signed with AEW despite no company announcement being made yet, speculation has ensued that Finlay could end up joining as well, adding more War Dogs into AEW. Fightful has previously confirmed that WWE and Finlay have had talks amidst WWE's interest in him, with many fans expecting Finlay to join his brother and father in the company, but his free agency is technically officially here. So that's something.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. There's a lot of Bullet Club everywhere, mate.
yeah, all over the show. We may have another one on the market before you know it. So they announced that what was AJ Styles? I think AJ Styles is from Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah.
So they announced they did a video package of AJ Styles. That was a bit weird. Like a few weeks after the fact. Then they said next week's Raw is in Atlanta, Georgia, and the whole night, the night is dedicated to AJ Styles. So I think he's going to be there. I think that's going to be a send-off. And then after that, it's...
Is he getting a hologram of Paul Bearer?
Yeah, well, the vibes that people have said, I mean, Sean Ross Sapp has shut it down and gone, no, it's not the same, was very... Don't know if you were watching at this time. Were you watching when Ambrose left?
No.
WWE? Moxley, obviously, but they made a real big deal of. So they did all these house shows. They did a whole documentary of the Shield's final appearances, and like really praising him and bigging him up. But they did this whole like special for him, and then he showed up in AEW a month later, and people are like, "Oh, it's got the kind of similar vibes to what they did when he went." Like, basically.
I mean, I'd laugh to fuck if he showed up in AEW in Shield gear, and Moxley's just like, "Who the fuck are you?"
It would be funny, but
you know, like the reverse WWE thing where they make them change their names. If they did it in AEW, and everyone just go, and Moxley just denies he knows who he is, like Peter to Jesus.
You know who you are,
yeah. Just denies him thrice.
It's a win-win either way. So if it is a re-in thinking of that, and he ends up in AEW, I'm fucking there for that. If it's just him getting to say goodbye, that's not in Saudi Arabia, I'm very there.
Yeah.
So, talking of new signings, the inspirations are All Elite Wrestling.
We got our wish, John.
I was a bit confused where they did it, but it was like it wasn't on TV or anything, was it?
We said like they're going to Australia. It would make sense for them to make a big deal out of it.
Yeah, because I saw it on the Insta and I was like, is it real? Sean Ross Sapp confirmed Cassie Lee and Jessie McKay not only signed with AEW, but signed multi-year deals, which is fantastic. Fightful were told this has been a foregone conclusion for over a month. They debuted on AEW House Rules in Australia, which was the night after Grand Slam, which was this past weekend. They had been TNA Knockout champions until a month ago, dropped the title to the Elegance brand. Fightful reported at the time that the team was finishing up with TNA just before the AMC or whatever it's called, the TV deal thing started. In an update, we're told that the Inspiration were under contract up until dropping the titles. Amicable departure from TNA, and sourcing WWE that Fightful spoke to believe that if they weren't at the WWE Royal Rumble, that they would be AEW bound. Fightful reported that there were additions to be made to the AEW women's roster. Since then, Lena Cross and Inspiration have been confirmed, and Harley Cameron is actually the lyricist on the theme that Inspirations have used for years.
I completely forgot that. When Harley Cameron was with used car salesman of the year. With what was it? TV gang or whatever. Like, she did like a weird music video, didn't she? Like a rap video. Harley Cameron.
Did she?
Did
She's
she?
done a lot.
Am I getting confused now? I can't remember. I'm sure.
With AEW?
Yeah. I don't know. It's not important. It's exciting though, because that's like two more women for the tag division, an actual tag team for the tag division. But
actual tag team, yeah.
But well, it's not. I mean, we're going to get Harley Cameron and the Inspiration. Like, as me and John said last week, that's everything I've ever wanted. I just want 20 minutes of them fucking about every week, please.
I've seen people shitting on it, going, "Oh, it's a disgrace to the active women that are there. That these like jokers are coming on in their place, and like they're very, very talented women.
They're very good wrestlers, and they're also very funny people.
They're very funny people.
Also, wrestling is a broad church.
It's a while. I can't remember what her name was when she was in WWE, but when one of them had left, and then the other one was doing the whole, like, she's handing out CVs to everyone. Like
so it was a Rumble, wasn't it?
And then it culminated in a Rumble thing, and it was hilarious. And it's that example of make the most of the very little TV time you get in and get more from it.
Yep.
And they are masters at that.
It's again, wrestling's a broad church. It covers everything. I like silly fun wrestling. Sorry, I enjoy having fun.
Yes.
More Chris Jericho. On February the 16th episode of the New Raw, a giant box with "Do not open" until 2nd
28th of February, which for context is the date of the Elimination Chamber in Chicago.
Yes. Naturally, speculation is that it will be Chris Jericho. Doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why would Chris Jericho be in a box? But whatever.
Well, that's the other thing. Somebody's in that box. So, like, it got delivered to Adam Pearce, and he was like, "Fuck this!" And the delivery guy was like, being asked to deliver it, and he's like, "Has it got my name on it?" And he went, "No, it just says to WWE." He went, "Fucking send it to SmackDown. Nick Aldis can deal with it." So we're gonna have this box on TV for 2.5 weeks. Are we led to believe that there's a person in that box for 2.5 weeks?
It's very WCW. Like,
it's bringing back the
golden egg,
the spider,
the spider,
egg, the spider,
the Thingy's cage, Eric Redbeard's cage. Yeah,
it's funny.
I mean,
okay.
Fightful have repeatedly inquired within All Elite about Jericho's status with the company, but due to AEW announcing years back that his deal ran through 2025, this led to many people assuming that his deal would be up. So far, Jericho is still listed on the AEW roster page. Thanks, person who checks that every day, which indicates the talent remaining under contract. There have been exceptions for some, such as Hobbs, who was removed after his final appearance on AEW. Chris Jericho is firmly under contract to AEW, and Sean Ross Sapp is told the belief from those around Jericho and AEW that his deal was frozen after he took time off in 2025 to tour with his fart rock dad band, Fozzy. Without seeing the contract itself, a number of factors could have been extending that deal, from him re-signing to injury time to a deal freeze. Even if the injury time wasn't substantial, talent like Matt Hardy have had their deals extended by like 2 weeks in the past because of it. Fightful have asked AEW a number of times in an official capacity if Jericho has left the company. No internal memo has been distributed regarding Jericho's departure, which is usually standard in an AEW departure. Also, usually standard is the inclusion of AEW talent on the Jericho cruise.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, which is currently not the plan for the November cruise. Sources have indicated Jericho is still actively accepting convention dates for upcoming months as well. Those with close Jericho have been very tight-lipped about his future, but Fightful were told that he mentions people that he would be open to a WWE return, but feared he would have to give up his remaining outside projects while he is there, because they kind of lock you in a bit, don't they? But I'm happy for him to go either way. I think he's done everything that he can do in AEW. I kind of miss him because, like, he was everywhere for so long, and then we're like, all you need to do is just go away for a bit and come back, and I'll be like, hey, Jericho's back.
That's where his pre-AEW WWE stuff worked, because he'd go away and come back.
Yeah, but he was...
I remember one of our very, very early episodes, and it was when I was on my wrestling hiatus, but we used to do like a section on like past rivalries, and there was one on him and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
where he'd come back, he's done his countdown, he's done his Y2J shtick, and then he turned into like this suit-wearing heel that led to like putting Shawn Michaels through a screen and stuff with his wife, and it became this great feud. But it was like moderation.
Yeah.
Whereas he was, I think, probably overexposed in AEW, but it's easy to forget as well that he legitimized
again,
AEW from the off.
He was the big name they got. Yeah.
He's done his mission statement now and what he was signed to do. He's more than stayed longer than anyone thought he would do.
You're preaching to the choir. Like, it was just because he was on everything for weeks and he was interfering in everything.
Too much.
Very much. Too much. Just go away for a bit. Go and do some fart rock.
Fucking the learning tree shite. But
that was very much kind of throwing shit at the wall and see. I miss him when he was those 3 weeks when he was claiming he was a wizard. That was a good time.
Yeah, over his fireballs. I don't begrudge him. I think he's done enough in this industry to warrant
Pick
going
and choose
back,
what he wants. Yeah,
taking one last thing and getting a Hall of Fame induction and some retirement thing so he can focus on his shit band.
Yeah. It's I'll send you a horrible clip later of someone at a Fozzy gig. It's the most cringeworthy thing I've fucking seen in ages. Some guy on stage.
Up on stage.
Yeah. It's awful, isn't it?
I've seen it.
Just makes you go.
I'd love him to go back and he goes, I want my theme tune to be to Judas by Fozzy, and I'm going to pass this to Death Rebel, see what they come up with from that.
This one's called Pontius Pilate.
No, I can't see him being in the box.
No,
I can see him showing up. But
no, it's not for elimination.
Elimination Chamber.
No, he's not doing a stint in there. The current theory is that it's Danhausen, isn't it? Apparently,
that would be hilarious.
His contract's up soon, but again, I don't think he'd fit. He'd end up 24/7 titling.
I don't think he'd fit. No. Well, there's not even a 24/7 title.
But you know what I mean? He'd end up just doing R-Truth. Remember when R-Truth?
Shit.
Yeah, he ended up doing R-Truth shit. Like,
yeah, when he had his serious month.
Yeah, remember that?
I can't see it being Danhausen, but if I know you hate him in that, but Danhausen's got a very good relationship with CM Punk.
I know.
And Elimination Chamber is in Chicago.
I know.
It's the kind of thing I could see him going, like, this guy deserves a chance, which he deserves to be in some sort of promotion and shown on TV because he's phenomenal and he brings something different.
If we get Murderhausen, I think they'll appreciate it. I don't think WWE people like a clown. That's my problem.
No, that's my issue. So like in my head, I can see Punk going, bring him here because he's great and he's got a lot to bring. But I can't see how they book him.
Unless we get Donovan Danhausen, unless we get Murderhausen. But even then, I don't. Again, if it's going to be just Triple H inside there.
Triple H going, it's a new era.
Yeah.
Are you ready? WrestleMania tickets. WrestleVotes Radio and Fight for Select reported WWE held a multi-department company meeting on February the 11th to address lower than expected tickets sales for WrestleMania. All departments are being tasked with promotions and strategies to boost ticket sales and momentum heading into the event. WrestleVotes also heard that WWE plans to keep ticket pricing as it is for the time being. And as John has put in the Simpsons meme, where Seymour going, are our ticket prices too high? No, it's the fans who are wrong. As of this past week, WrestleTix had each night in the neighborhood of 36,000 tickets distributed so far. Last year, WrestleMania ended up between 56 and 60,000 distributed each night. As of this point last year, they'd moved up about 10,000 tickets night per more, so they're at 10,000 down at the same point as they were last year. Sean Ross reported that in the last week that WWE was adamantly prohibiting watch parties of WrestleMania at establishments within 50 miles of Allegiant Stadium, which seems fucking stupid to me. This led to a number of establishments being upset as the city of Las Vegas paid a site fee to bring WrestleMania to the city and the tourism that comes with it. And it probably doesn't help that WrestleMania plans are still being finalized. Per There's rumors that they've changed it like 3 times as a result of all this as well now. WrestleVotes Radio is reporting that WWE has yet to determine the direction of the WrestleMania SmackDown Women's title match. Many have been discovered. Possibilities being discussed. Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton amongst some of those pitched to face Jade Cargill. Very much looks like Liv will go for Stephanie Vaquer. She's doing the whole, and I don't mind it, of I'm not choosing my person yet. Because sometimes they blow that quickly. But her biggest heat is with Stephanie Vaquer, who this week cut a promo in her language that was translated, and I was like, that's fucking very, very good. I don't know if you've seen it, but it was like,
ooh, that's nice.
Ooh, you've just burnt somebody there. Yeah. So yeah, there's all these ticket things. I mean, I have 2 thoughts on it. One, this is going to happen for 2 reasons. One, ticket prices are fucking stupid. Like, they're twice the price. Last year's ticket prices were twice the price of the highest WrestleMania tickets ever for the cheapest seat. So, and I have been saying on this pod for about a year when creative started to dip, and I was going, they're living off the boom of the Bloodline and the Sammy stuff, and the storylines had started to dip, which was the thing that was bringing us back in when Triple H first came in, because the storylines made sense. I mean, they still make a fucking lot more sense than they did. I've seen people
just weeks of rematches. Yeah,
I've seen people romanticizing like, oh, bring Vince back, 2019 Vince. I was like, you do not remember what that shit was like.
Rose-tinted Spectrum. Yeah.
So to be clear, it is a hell of a lot better than that. But the standard that was set, it's not there, and then the prices have gone up. And I've always said that there will come a point where if your product is not meeting the standard it was, then you're going to suffer if you're trying to price fans to that much, which appears to be happening. My second thing is that it is 2.5 months away. They have only announced 1 match, which is Punk and Reigns, and they're 10,000 down. Like, they've still sold 36,000 tickets. Like, after Elimination Chamber, I imagine them tickets are going to shift because the matches will become more clearer. So I can see both sides of the argument on it, if that makes sense. I'm trying to give a balanced view on that one. But
no, it does. It's just one of them. It's just WrestleMania is your big show of the year, your biggest show. It's 2-nighter. It's your big thing. You'd think at this point you'd start building to stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they are, but they've only announced 1 match. But you can see the other stuff in the past. Sorry, that was the third thing. Fucking stupid going back to the same place. Like, the big, like, they've gone, and that's where they've bit their own tail of chasing the money, because part of the attraction of WrestleMania to people who go every year and all that stuff is that you go into different places, you take the family, you see it, but you go to the same place, which is not a cheap place to go to, because I know, was it Double or Nothing used to run out of Las Vegas every year, and I remember, like, Denise Salcedo's and Sean Ross saying, like, they fucking hated going to Double or Nothing because Las Vegas as a venue to go to for wrestling is not great. It's hard to get to. It's really, really expensive.
It's in the middle of the desert. It's in the desert,
and I think they did really, really well last year. And we can repeat that. Well, you can't repeat that because it was a one-off last year, and now you're trying to recoup.
I'm assuming Las Vegas City Council have gone, here's the tax breaks. Come back, and they've gone, sweet, we can save loads of money. These chumps will still come and ding it, and the chumps are going, well, actually, no, fuck you.
Yeah, and then they've done this shit of, well, you're not having a watch party. I'm like, well, you've just killed the whole thing then, haven't you? Because that's the whole... They were meant to be in New Orleans. They were meant to be in, like, Ricky Fink. His home, like, and that's a great venue for WrestleMania, like, with the strip that they have there, like WrestleMania 30 when Bryan won the title, the 2 matches, that was in New Orleans. So yeah, I do feel they're heading to a place of...
There'll be a tipping point.
There is going to be a tipping point when they have to bring things back.
Yeah.
Mini story section. WrestleVotes Radio reported that a planned angle with the Miz would attack Ilya Dragunov was removed from SmackDown. The angle made it into some very late drafts of the show, but didn't end up happening. This would have eventually led to a match between the two down the line. Fightful haven't heard of. If it's completely scrapped off, it's simply delayed. I reckon it's delayed given what's going
on
there. Straganoff lost the title to Carmelo Hayes doing his open challenge. And The Miz was Carmelo Hayes' mentor before that, and he disregarded him because he was like, "You're not good for me." So I can see that happening. Jake Something had successful surgery to repair his injury this week, so that's good. AEW upgraded a number of fans' Grand Slam tickets as there were plenty of unsold tickets, so they could improve the look on TV. I saw that. Them shitty arguments on Twitter of, we've got 7,000, and people are going, yeah, look at the whole upper top. That's all blacked out. So you can't. I was like, listen. Yeah. I was like, listen, I had a great time watching it, so... But that's what they do. Like me and Paul...
No. The crowd was loud, though. Like, the crowd was good. Doesn't matter. If there's 5,000 people in there all going fucking mental, is that not better than 30,000 people all sitting on their hands? Like...
Yeah.
Money-wise, probably not. But
probably stereotyping here, but that's the other thing with WWE's ticket pricing. You're pricing out the people who work their asses off to go and take the family to Summit and get properly involved, and you're inviting along the rich people
who are only going to take pictures and do that so they can do that weird thing where they show them in the crowd for too long.
Yeah, and I know that's a generalization because it doesn't mean that people who've got money don't go.
No, but it's that thing of like when we went to AEW in Manchester. What were them tickets? 40 quid each, something like that.
Yeah.
Right. That's like a night out worth of, like, you know what I mean? If you wanted to sit down the front, it was looking at a couple of hundred or whatever. But to just go and watch some wrestling that you see on the TV for 40 quid, I'll do that. I'm not gonna go and spend 200 to sit in the nosebleeds and have to watch it on a big screen. I can stay at home and do that and get really drunk in my pants.
It's cheaper to go to that AEW show. 2/3 cheaper than it is to go to watch like Rev Pro the night before, all in.
Well, yeah, but they've got people to pay, haven't they?
They've got people to pay. But that happened. So like me and Paul used to go to when Raw and SmackDown came to Manchester, and we had a great run. Like the first year we went, it was AJ Styles won the title against Jinder Mahal. It was the only time the championship had changed hands outside of North America / Canada. And then, this is amazing. We went Raw one night, SmackDown the next. The year after, when I think it was just... Yeah, the year after it was just us. And we had tickets in the nosebleeds on the hard... Not the hard... Like, where the camera is. So not the hard camera, the other side. Yeah. And we got there and it was shut off because he hadn't sold many. And they went, you've been moved around to this block, which is basically next to the ramp and the Titantron. Ticket price that was 3 times more than it should have been. So these fans are getting a good deal, but obviously to make it look better on TV. And then the third year we went, it was like, we're going to condense Raw and SmackDown into one taping. So we paid for Raw and we got 2. But this is what happens. Like if ticket sales haven't gone, and to be honest, the winners are the fans because you paid the cheaper.
You've got a better seat.
I said to Paul, if they come back again, buy the cheap seats because they're not selling out, and we're going to get shifted over there.
It's a gamble. It's a gamble that you take.
It's a gamble, but you go for it. Bianca Belair underwent surgery on her broken finger this week. It was originally thought it would be a quick recovery, but it turned out to be much worse than the break that I originally thought. I think I said it on the pod 2 weeks ago. I may be wrong, but I think Sean it wasn't just a broken finger. She shattered her knuckles.
Yeah.
And she posted a thing saying she's having surgery, and then I don't know if you've seen a rehab thing. I felt for it because I'm 5 months into this shitty injury, and I'm doing like pretty pathetic rehab in terms of the exercise that I have to do to help my rotator cuff. And I was watching her. I was like, I feel your pain. So she had imagine like a tablecloth underneath your fingers, and she was. So this is all bandaged, all the fingers are bandaged and the knuckles are bandaged, and she's just having to like grip. And that's a rehab. But it was like at 7 a.m. in the morning. She was like, why am I doing this?
Because otherwise your hand's not going to work for the rest of your life.
It isn't. But at the same time, and this is the fucking weird wrestling world we live in now because of Unreal and all that stuff, She's been out for a long time, and she's only just having the surgery. Some people have gone, I don't even believe this. Like, is this footage from months back that she's actually had, and this is to lead us down the line, or she's gone for a while and then she's going to come back and it'll be her and Jade Cargill in the title picture that we've already mentioned is undecided.
That seems dishonest. That seems disingenuous to me.
But I don't know. But it's coming up to a year. She injured it at WrestleMania
Yeah.
When the Sky did the over the moonsault and landed on her hand, which is fucking wild when you think of
the
injuries
accuracy
happen.
of that. Yeah.
Yeah, while we're on, there's another bullet point there. It makes sense while we're on injuries. Big E's been doing a interview with John Alba of Sports Illustrated.
And Alba Electricals, yeah.
He was talking about his retirement. I just thought I'd read his quote because it's quite sad, but it's quite pertinent as well, especially when you think of the stuff that William Regal said the other week that turned into some fucking tribalism war. But yeah, I thought I'd read what Big E said. He said, for me, especially when I first broke my neck, I really didn't think a lot of it. I wasn't in pain. I wasn't concussed. I didn't have any real nerve issues. I was like, okay, we'll heal up. And they told me initially, I think it was 8 weeks being in a neck brace and you should be good to go. I don't know if you remember the pictures of him after he'd done it. He was there like in a neck brace, like a thumbs up in the hospital. And then he said, my C1, which is part of the vertebrae, was broken in 2 places. And oftentimes when that happens, the C1 will heal like cartilage. So in those gaps, it will form cartilage instead of ossifying, instead of forming a new, which basically means it's not forming a new bone.
Yeah.
So after talking to his doctor and a few other doctors, the doctor almost damn near begged me, like, hey, please, even if you get your all go, you're clear, you're allowed to go back in the ring, please really reconsider it. And when I told him I think I'm definitely leaning towards being done, he almost literally breathed a sigh of relief. So for someone who's been doing this for so long, who knows a lot more about spines and nets than I do, I definitely took heed. Just to interject on the quote there, like Big E's pre-WWE career, like there's been a lot of criticism of like the NIL program, when they get athletes and that from people who don't make the NFL or all that stuff.
Yeah.
Break when that came from, but that's where Big E came from before the NIL program. He was a failed NFL player, but as an NFL player, he'd blown his right ACL, his left ACL, his pecs, and he'd had 4 major injuries as an NFL player before he didn't make it, and they signed him with that. And he'd always said, I know there's going to come a time when my card is up.
Yeah,
and he
you only get so
it.
many.
So yeah, I was just jumping in on that point. And then he said, you see so many of the veterans, the legends around WrestleMania. Oftentimes, that's when you see a lot of the guys you don't see year round. And man, it's sobering. So many of them who aren't even that old are struggling with pain. Clearly not very ambulatory. They're using walkers to get around. And man, I told myself, as much as I love my career, as much as I love being an athlete, I'm really gambling with my health. I just thought I'd say that because I think, yeah, he's one of the very, very few good guys in wrestling. Hopefully,
it's one of those things. If anything ever came out about Big E, it makes you lose.
Oh, wait, that one would break me.
Yeah,
and then obviously what William Regal said the other month, like there's somebody saying it from the perspective. How many do that? How many have that kind of injury and go, "Oh, get me back in the ring, or I'm going to keep wrestling"?
I can't remember where it is, but there's a book about English wrestling from back in the day I've been reading, and it said like when they had a get together, like all these 50, 60-year-old men are all fucked. Like they're all on sticks, they're all on waters, they're all either half of them are on drugs or are dead. Like, and that's from back in like World of Sport days. Like, it's yeah. I mean, stuff's come along there in terms of medical care and aftercare and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I don't want people to die for my entertainment. I'm not a Roman emperor. Well, obviously I'm not. But yeah, it is that thing of yourself when not your time's up, because but like how far your own body.
Well, that's the thing. It sounds like his time necessarily wasn't up. Like from a wrestler's perspective, he could have
kept going, but his spine's fucked.
He's rational and gone. No.
He'll do all right. He's a smart lad. He'll end up on commentary.
He's working.
Yeah.
He does all the pre-show and the after-show, and people shit on that. But like, he's really entertaining on that, and he's around the people that he loves. And obviously, he did that whole New Day thing the other year, which thing is. So yeah, I just thought I'd throw that in there after the Bianca Belair thing because I thought we love Biggie and just want him to have the best. WWE tryouts start this week. Talent are in Orlando to get their medicals done. Assuming all goes well, they continue the tryouts during the week. Over the last couple of months, there's been a heavy independent wrestling presence at tryouts because they've gone full circle. However, we're told there are still some attendees who were recruited without wrestling experience, and that's probably the sweet spot that you want.
Yeah, well, that's your football players and your athletes who are, not going to do that sort of thing. Ticket news: AEW All In tickets still not on sale, but the pre-sale starts Monday.
When they will.
Yes, well, pre-sale Monday the 16th of March at 10 a.m. British Mean Time, to Thursday the 19th of March at midnight, and then they're on general sale Friday the 20th of March at 10 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Yeah, it's. Did you send us the plan thing, or was that a fake plan thing?
Well, I looked at it. I sent it because I'd seen it, and then I actually went on Ticketmaster to verify that that's the plan they had, and it was. But then I was like, the plan didn't make sense because it had the ring in the middle, it had stage up there, but then seats blocking the stage. I was like, seats blocking the stage. So I was like, how do they get into the ring? And then someone pointed out that in the bottom left corner it said copyright 2018, which is basically from the Who concert. It was a seating plan for the Who concert. So
why was there a wrestling ring at a Who concert?
I don't know. Well, I assume
everyone allowed to fight Pete Townsend for his nonsense.
I assume they did like the Foo Fighters thing where the stage is in the center of the arena. So I don't know. So that's why I deleted it. So I was like, well, it's a holding thing, and then they'll update it to what it should be. But tickets on sale. It'll be good. We're going along. Looking forward to getting them. Probably, if the pre-sales have been like they have in the past, we'll probably dodge the pre-sale because they kind of forced upon you where you sat.
Yeah, we like to pick.
And they didn't sell out, so you can, and there's more than six. You can only get 6 tickets per person as well. So that's the other thing. So if you go in with more than a party of 6, which we are, we need to actually sit and coordinate and go.
It's like the fucking Fellowship of the Ring this time, isn't it? Yeah.
It is, but looking forward to
2,000 of us, yeah. All right.
Show reviews. I mean, a lot to talk about from AEW. We've got Dynamite, but we've also got Grand Slam Australia as well. If you've not watched it, I would CVV, Chris Van Villay does a lot of good interviews with lots of wrestling talent from multiple promotions, but also like people like Jackie Redmond, who's like one of the backstage people in WWE, and she does hockey and all that kind of stuff, and that was a really good interview. But he did one last week with MJF. It's brilliant. It's really, really good. It's one of them because he's always in character, isn't he?
Yeah.
He doesn't remember him, and they have met before. But then there's also parts of the interview where I'm like, that seems pretty genuine when he's talking about his childhood and stuff with Adam Sandler and that. And that's where he praised Becky Lynch, which is where Becky was like, all the Becky believers come from behind forbidden doors. That was part of the promo work going into, not the promo, what's it called? Media tour leading into Grand Slam. Dynamite, however, did not rest on its laurels, and I was pretty pissed off because I have the benefit of being off. I can watch Dynamite on my TV
live. Yeah.
I could watch it live when I'm not drugged up. I will watch it live. But I accidentally opened YouTube, and Fightful's thumbnail was new champs, and it had a picture of Kyle Fletcher and Thekla. So I was like, oh, my excitement for this show is just diminished. But it didn't take away my enjoyment of watching what I saw.
It's like Ciampa came in, didn't he? Won that belt, had 2 free banger matches with it, drops it to Kyle Fletcher again. I
don't mind that. I saw.
No.
It might have been some. Is it Ibu or someone on Twitter? I know he's got thing and that, but he does say some good stuff. And he said something that I agree with him. He said that there's a real problem with modern wrestling that every reign's got to be like a year long, and it doesn't. Like, part of the excitement back in when you had like Triple H, Kurt Angle, The Rock, Austin, all that was the titles bounced around, and that was part of the excitement because you would watch it and go, it might change.
Anyone could win.
A random episode of TV, not we've got to wait until WrestleMania. We've got to wait till All In.
Yeah.
And I like that.
But it cemented Ciampa as like, oh shit, like as an absolute bastard. Yeah, but I was fine with it. It was a cracking match. Like I said, I'll take Kyle Fletcher as TNT champ again. I think he only had to drop it, didn't he, because of Adam Cole like doing his speech, and we needed to get people back round again. So yeah. I think it's been a nice little, circular thing with it. It was. I'm happy with it. He's got a fully pink strap now as well.
He does. Nah. I hadn't realised that him and Briscoe were 3 for 3 as well. So Game 7, which for non-sports fans, Game 7 is a big thing in America. That's the playoff
like school shootings. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if you watch the NFL, NHL. And basketball, Game 7's a big thing. So
it's always out of 7 for some reason. Just do it out of 3. Same time. We can all go to the pub earlier.
Goes on a while. But that set up the ladder match. I mean, let's merge the two because it's narratively relevant. So that then led to a ladder match at Grand Slam, which was Briscoe going again for the title against Kyle Fletcher in a ladder match.
Yeah.
Pretty gnarly.
It was fucking horrible. There's just something about whenever, like, if I was Briscoe just went, oh yeah, let's do a ladder match. You know what? Just have the belt. I don't care. I'm not doing that. Every ladder match I've seen, either of the Briscoes in has always been a fucking bloodbath. Like, it cements it. Fletcher's great. Like, we're not. He's the future star of this company. And it did like Briscoe knows his role. Like he had a bit with it, and it was nice that he got it. But yeah, it's. I'm excited, and hopefully this like starts that fragmenting of the Don Callis family.
Hopefully.
Because I think on Dynamite before that there was Death Riders against the Don Callis family again, which I feel like I've seen a fair bit of in the various combinations of it. And it's fine. It's a great match because, like, both teams have got, like, tremendous wrestlers on it. I'm just kind of a bit,
Yeah, I'm a bit checked out with the Don Callis family. I don't know what it. Multi-mans.
Yeah.
Not the singles. That makes sense.
It just feels that they're a bit placeholder.
Like Kyle Fletcher on board.
Takeshita on his own. Okada on his own. Everyone, even like 2-manners, is fine. Tag matches, fine. It's just, it feels like bang 3 random lads out there. Let's go. What else did we have? What my notes? Oh, there was a tag team championship #1 contenders match against Young Bucks.
Rascals.
The Rascals and Private Party. My Private Party are back.
They were. To mild applause.
That was a scary couple of months. I don't know. I don't know what happened there, whether it was a contract thing. Maybe the grass wasn't greener on the other side of the fence. But I like Private Party. I always have.
Where did they go to?
Nowhere, I don't think.
I don't know. I knew I hadn't seen them for a while, but I didn't know where they'd gone.
Whether it was an injury thing, or they just took time off, or the contract expired and they were rethinking it and waiting to see what came in, and nothing came in.
Nothing came in. How are you feeling about another Young Bucks FTR?
I would rather kill myself, to be honest. I know they're both kind of, well, FTR aren't like OGs, but they've been there a long time. But fuck my eyes. I feel like I've seen this match thousands of times. Like, Young Bucks, great. FTR, fine. Don't really do anything for me. Solid, but boring, dare I say, to me. And it's just like, come on. I know you can't give it the Rascals because they're only just arrived, and Private Party are going to have to do punishment detail for a while. But come on, there's other people. Or have like a triple threat or, you know, an 8-man or just somewhere. Just not this again.
Is it Revolution? Is that
Next one, I think, isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah, Revolution's normally
Revolution's the next one, yeah. Yeah, it's a bit. I mean, we saw that All In, I think, the last time we went 2 years ago.
You went, I didn't go the last one.
Is that another one? Did you see it when we went?
Yeah, I think so. I think that was FTR and Young Bucks. To be honest, it's 3 years ago, Ellis. I can't remember what happened. Like
that is true.
A couple of hours ago.
It'll be a great match, but yeah, it felt like
yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be solid, but come on.
Yes, I agree.
Come on.
Speaking of repeat matchups, because the last time I was on the pod, you were like, "Oh, I think I've seen Thekla and Statlander way too many times, but they went to the well again, but this time with a surprising."
Well, they've all been whapping each other with belts.
Also not, because I'm like, you can't keep going to this match if Thekla isn't finally going to win something.
Yeah, well, over the past couple of weeks, they've been whipping each other with belts and stuff out there. So I was like, so obviously it's going to be a strap match. And fucking hell, yeah, like
the same strap with Bryan Danielson's blood still on it, as he informed us on commentary.
I mean, I don't think that's hygienic, but also, yeah, this is one of those ones where I watched it and I was like, okay, well, this will be all right. And then I was like, I've not done any work for like 20 minutes. I'm going to get bollocked for this.
Yeah,
because while we have, they've all been combinations with other people as well. Like, I don't know whether they have like actually had a proper one-on-one match of this intensity. And God bless Statlander, like she's great. She's made that belt. I don't want to say worth something because it's not been like stuck in no man's land or anything.
No, she wouldn't have totally started. I mean,
yeah,
firmly established.
Yeah, but
the interesting point is Statlander's story has always been the bridesmaid and never the bride, and she's now been the bride. So her chase now is different because she's not doubting herself as I deserve to be there. She knows she deserves to be there, and that in itself is an interest. If they write it properly, that's an interesting wrinkle to her character.
Yeah. But it was just a really good, really incredibly brutal match as well. Like, and again, it's not like because they're women, it's more brutal. It was just because it was just brutal as fuck. Like, we know that women in AEW can be as awful as the men.
Yeah,
I will say the women's blood and guts match is one of my favorite blood and guts matches ever because it was just absolute carnage. But yeah, Thekla wins. Triangle of Madness set the boot in. The Brawling Birds show up. Yeah, it was just a really good episode. Sets things up nice for future stuff. Again, no problems with it at all. Really good fun show.
It was a great episode.
Straight into Grand Slam.
Well, yeah. Moxley Takeshita to kick off with the. How do you feel about a time draw?
We've not had one in a while, it feels like.
We had some in the Continental Classic.
Yeah, but that's just like in the thingy, isn't it? And because it was for the Continental Championship, I'm like, this feels like a bit of a get out for them, like when they don't want to do it, so they just go.
Yeah,
have a
draw. I actually thought at the end that because Moxley, I think he did well himself in terms of acting pissed off about how it ended, and he went to the ref at one point, and I actually thought he was going to say, like, restart the match, like, I want a winner, and then he didn't, and then I was disappointed at that point because I was like.
It is a well that AEW do go back to a bit too much of no score draws. Yeah,
as I said, it's a get out clause, and it's confusing to me. Moxley is confusing to me since pretty much we went like since we went to the Dynamite, and then obviously you won the C1, and then they on the World's End, was it the World's End, and they basically turned him face within one night, but then haven't really followed through with anything at all.
He's still stuck in this weird no man's land of Death Rider and face Mox.
But then
they need
the
to pull the trigger and have Death Riders
against him.
Yeah, but they need to have one of the Death Riders step up and kill him. Fully cement that and have him.
A month ago, let that be Marina Shafir, like really go
that
with
would be
something
fun.
Different. But
Marina Shafir's got her own problems at the moment.
She does, yeah. But that's what I thought. He's going to do like the face thing of let's go again, let's get to a finish, and then he didn't. But then he thanked. Not so well. He kind of gave props to Takeshi, didn't he? And I was just confused about where Moxley's at here. I'm like, you've not felt like on World's End they rushed through probably months worth of stories to turn him face, and then haven't actually committed to him being a face. I mean,
it's to get Mox and Takeshita in front of an Australian audience. You know, people you want to see. I get that, but
unreal match.
Just have Mox win, and then Takeshita come back a bit later and go, better now. Like I don't mind a time limit draw. It just feels like, especially with Continental, they go to it too much.
It's a cop out, yeah. These are there was a match in the C2, I can't remember who it was. It might have been Bob Match, actually. These are the kind of matches where what WWE used to get criticised for many years ago because they used it so much. The surprise roll-up thing worked. Because, WWE used to do it after like a 5-minute match, but like when you've gone 20 minutes and you've gone hard hitting, that's where it works. Yeah. That's where it works, when you've genuinely got somebody by surprise.
Yes.
And that's your cop out with a winner, but also they've had to go to the bottom of the barrel to get that without cheating, obviously. But,
I'll just have him hold the tights, put on the
and that kind of stuff as well.
There's no dishonor when you're a heel. You're supposed to cheat.
Yep, true. And we had the Babes of Wrath defending the Women's Tag Team Championship against Mega Bad.
Yeah, again, I feel like I've seen this a bit, but I'll never get bored of it. Megan Payne in AEW is way better than she was in GCW. I think because they paired with Penelope Ford, so like neither of them are talkers, but it's big person, little person. It's a good dynamic, and I have that against it was a really good match. Big Harley Cameron, Willow Nightingale, Babes of Wrath. It's fun. It's good. Hopefully, at some point now, we get the Iconics against Willow and Harley. And we get Harley getting confused about national identity or something. Just so. But it was good. And then at the end of it, we got Lena Cross, Australian Lena Cross, come out and little bits of stuff. It's just fun. Adam Page against Andrade again.
So I'll jump that one a minute and go to the next match because that'll tie into the main event. We've all done Kyle Fletcher. It'll tie into the main event. So we had the mixed tornado tag. Tony Storm and Orange Cassidy against the Death Riders, Wheeler Yuta and Marina Shafir, with the loser, very specific, the loser of the fall.
Yeah.
As the haircut, which telegraphed to me perfectly who was having the haircut. But
as I said last week, I would have been happy for Tony to have her head shaved and come out increasingly like Meredith in The Office when she gets lice and she just puts on increasingly shitter wigs over the weeks. But no, as soon as because we asked what's the stipulation do they get to pick, and as soon as it was announced that it's whoever eats the pin, I was like, well, bye Yuta.
So I didn't realise that at first. I was watching the match and there was a bit where that Marina was getting pinned and Yuta hesitated and the commentators are bigging it up. I was like, oh, right, I need to look at this stipulation again.
Because I was like,
that was good. That was interesting character work.
Well, Yuta's a piece of shit, isn't he? We all know that.
He's a piece of shit.
But Yeah, and to be fair, like Shafir with no hair would look, I don't know, more or less terrifying, to be honest. Like, she's a scary lady anyway. Um, but no, yeah, they kind of shaved him a bit and then left him with like some sort of burnout crushed rocker style mullet thing. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. It was a good. I like the bit on Dynamite when I can't remember what the tag match was, but Cassidy won, and then after it, Tony Storm's music came up, and she was up in the box praising him for his victory.
Again, I like that as a tag team.
It's the team I didn't know I wanted.
No, yeah, but again, a proper intergender match. Everyone just lamping each other.
It was.
Yeah,
it really was.
Because it's not real. It doesn't matter. Like it was just it's good fun, but also an incredibly good, like hard hitting, just fun match. And then
so go back a match now. So now we've had Hangman versus Andrade. So this has been an ongoing thing through Dynamite. Getting to this, the winner would be the number one contender to the AEW Championship at Revolution. Obviously, there was an AEW Championship match later on this night, which we'll get to in a minute. Hangman versus Andrade. And Andrade has been outstanding in the last few weeks in terms of what he's been putting on.
I take it all back.
And I will put it out there now that he should have won this.
Would it have done anything for him? It's to
beat Hangman.
Yeah, I mean, are they going to put him in the title pictures? No. Are they going to put him in the title picture so soon? Like, I mean, I'd be up for like Andrade since he's shown up. I've been very dismissive of Andrade in the past because my only match I remember of him was the last match he had before he left, and it was one of the worst, most boring, slow things I've ever seen. And that's the last thing I remember from him. And then he went to WWE. I don't think did much there, and has come back. And since he's come back, I've been like, oh, where was this 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Like, where was this hunger? This like actually desire to want to actually wrestle.
Say that when he first appeared in AEW, he was booked pretty shit.
I
was very excited when he showed up, and then he got thrown in with a bunch of crap, and rightly or wrongly, he downed his tools. Wrongly, in my opinion. Like,
you can't do that if it's your job. You can't have actors going, I'm not doing this. Like, it's your job, mate.
Wrongly, in my opinion, but I always knew what he was. Hangman won. Obviously, Callis was trying to interfere. Hangman overcame it, and he won Buckshot Lariat. Really good match. Have you seen Andrade's tweet about moving the match? It's quite funny. So there was a spot, and I thought of John at this point. You probably know the spot I'm about to talk about if I'm thinking of John, where Hangman's going to do the bit when he jumps on the ropes and then basically springboards into a lariat.
Yes.
But Andrade intercepted it by jumping from the outside of the ring inside to hit a Spanish fly.
Yes, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, wonderful stuff. Andrade has posted a clip of that and then tagged Logan Paul going, here's a new move for you.
See, like I said, I take it back. Like, he just did nothing wrong moving forward, but since he's come back and he's actually putting a shift in and showing what he can do, I'm like, no. Yeah, but Andrade getting involved in the MJF thing, there's still those four from that, when MJF won the title, isn't there? That's not kind of fully resolved yet. I'd love Andrade to get involved at some point in the line, but
he's shown he can do now. I don't. Yeah. How do I word it? I don't think the past week and a half, publicity-wise, has helped Hangman in this situation or AEW.
No, I know, I get it.
But Hangman's always in it. He's cutting the same promos, and I don't know, but I don't think Hangman, because I looked through the notes last week. I was wondering if you'd mentioned it in last week's notes, and it wasn't. Hangman did not.
talk about it, I think.
You might have, I've not gone, but I just looked in the news notes and it wasn't in there. Like, he did not paint himself in a good light with that. And yeah.
It's one of them. It's separating person from thing. I know. We all want to do it, but it's we'll see.
Which you got to do in wrestling. I mean, it's pretty much how I've been able to exist in wrestling since I've got back into it. Just got persons that. My biggest issues are more with the fans, really, in terms of their reactions, because there's a lot of people who have gone very quiet because of Hangman. And I'm like, well, you're a hypocrite in yourself. I mean, I can appreciate the artist from the person, because I've just got to accept, other than Biggie, that you are a shit person.
Jay said, he's like, always assume that a wrestler is a wrong un until they do something to 100% prove otherwise.
Yeah, that's why I like Biggie.
But no, it's a difficult thing to do. It's why someone pointed out.
But it's one of those.
I'm a fan of wrestling. I'm not a wrestling fan.
Andrade was getting a lot of buzz from it all. It just felt like, I don't know, like TK's not stupid. He's more.
He listens to more of it than, yeah.
He's more literate in what the actual fans want than any wrestling promoter out there, probably.
Yes, but you can't give wrestling fans what they want, because they don't know what they want.
But then they don't know what they want. But then I've seen a lot of responses to stuff when Hangman's giving his promos. I'm like, yeah.
We'll see. We'll see down the line.
I mean, Hangman's got a better record over MJF, so we'll get on to the main event. MJF, Brody Lee.
Nope, Brody King.
Sorry, Brody King.
Unless they hide a spirit medium. Unless Oda Mae Brown's there.
I thought this was interesting. When I first watched the match, I was watching it going, something doesn't feel right. I'm not saying that in that I didn't like it, but something didn't feel right. And it was only afterwards when I went, oh, that's not a normal Brody King match. And I like that. Yeah,
he's had to learn. He's had to adapt. It was never on the cards, like, for me. Like, they're not going to give it Brody. Like, that's fine. He's had 2 really good matches out of this to really, like, increase his stock massively. Yeah. And that's what you want, isn't it?
Don't lose that momentum that you've got with him. Jeff was. I mean, that interview I referenced earlier, CVV. My biggest. There was a lot of takeaways on the internet because he said stuff about Punk, he said stuff about Becky, he said stuff about Tony. One of my biggest takeaways, he said that when he first won the championship, he wasn't ready. He said he was, and he referenced the down few months and the shenanigans, which is basically all the shite that happened that everybody hated on. And he talked about how mentally he was pretty fucked from that. He said because he was wrestling with some pretty serious injuries. He was doing shit that he didn't really believe in, and he himself didn't really believe in himself. And he said this second reign to him, he knows he's remembered who he is and he remembers that he belongs. He said, but this second reign to him is proving to people that he is the best wrestler on the planet, because that part gets overlooked because he doesn't wrestle so much.
Yeah.
And people focus on his promos and all the old kind of school stuff he does. But when he actually wrestles, he's very, very good. And he said that's what he's aiming to do on this reign. And I thought that for me was the most interesting takeaway. That's his mindset.
Like I said, his match against Briscoe, the Thumbtacks match, is like one of the most stupidly great matches he's been in. Like the man, it's a very clever thing to do to not have to wrestle matches. It means you can work longer. Like, I love MJF. I think some of his stuff's a bit lazy, but that's just his shtick. Like, it's just go for the low hanging fruit. It's the easiest thing to do. He's a scumbag. But yeah, no, we'll see how it goes with this. I was also a big fan of Bandito showing up to help out his mate. But it was never on the cards. But it was a tremendous match.
It was a great match.
And I'm kind of sad we didn't get to see any of the house show.
Yeah.
Apparently there was antics ahoy.
Yeah, I've seen the stuff. It looked good. There was a Hangman showing up at the end as well, signing the contract and throwing it at MJF.
Yeah. But again, contract shit, don't care.
Revolution. So that's the title match at Revolution. But again, character I like removing artists and all that stuff. Like it's good as well because it's effectively what MJF did in Manchester. And that's Hangman being pissed off because MJF has come back at Manchester. He's done a very unheal thing of going, I'm not going to be a snake. I'm going to cash this in now. I'm going to beat all three of you. Prove to you, Hangman, that I'm not the coward that you said I was. And then he's done exactly what he said. And then now MJF's champion. So Hangman is emotional in the sense of he got proved wrong by MJF, but he can't admit that.
Yeah. Hangman's pride is one of his biggest problems. But yeah. It was two really good shows. Like I said, AEW at the moment, it rarely misses for me at the moment. And that's all I got. I did think of something else, but I can't remember what it was.
So thank you everybody for joining us and listening. Hopefully you enjoyed this week's wrestling. See you next week.
I love you. Bye.